Oh yeah. There you go.
Oh, I don't like not having a background. Let me blur the background out real quick.
What up? What up? What up? You blurred it a little bit.
Did it? Did it blur a little bit? Not that much.
You blurred a little bit.
There we go.
Welcome everybody. This is the 29th episode of the Cabrini Kid podcast. I'm your host, the champ, the Cabrini Kid himself, David Haywood. To my left, we have the lovely Kadriana. She is always ready.
Sometimes. I'm
and we're waiting on KP to get in. I don't know where he is, but he's on his way.
Yep, he's coming.
He just emailed me. He said he's gonna be on the 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we live. He said, I hope y'all ain't live. Yeah, we live.
We're live. Snacker. Well, now I should talk shit about him since he talked about me when I was.
Now you can talk shit about him today. Well, wait for Liberty from Twitch to hop in.
Who is that? Do you know who that is?
I have no idea who that is. Because the Twitch is public. So
okay.
The Twitch is public. So
we love you, Liberty.
It could be anybody. It could be anybody. So I was having an interesting conversation earlier, and we'll start with this. When KP come, he can hop in. We're having an interesting conversation because a young lady was talking about how she gets just the wildest messages from guys, right? And I said, maybe it's the energy you putting out there. Maybe it's something you putting out there. And I feel like from what I hear from females, from women feel like nothing they post should elicit certain types of attention.
Okay.
I feel like the women that you see saying, "Hey, look at JoJo." JoJo said, "Here we go." Of course, it's always the one talk.
Starting off strong.
I wasn't gonna say your name because I didn't know if you was on. JoJo, you want me to send you the link so you can pop on? I don't know if you camera ready.
Yes, let's just bring JoJo on this one. This is a good one.
But I feel like the women who you hear about getting the crazy text messages are either consciously or subconsciously putting out crazy vibes.
David, I disagree with you 100%, 100%, because I get crazy messages at least once a week, and I don't put any kind of vibe out there at all. If anything, mine's all jokes, fun, I don't post any sexy pictures, nothing like that. And I still get crazy messages. No, I disagree with that.
But is it really that you don't post any crazy pictures, or you don't think you post any crazy pictures?
Listen, I've seen some of what my peers post, and no, I do not post my stuff is so mild compared to some other women online. I don't even have any suggestive pictures on any of my profiles, I don't think. And I get crazy. I've gotten dick pics. I've gotten crazy messages. I even get men who insist on calling on Facebook. I don't even know these guys, and they'll just call 12 o'clock at night, call. And I just, again, block. So no, I don't think it is not the woman's fault. These men are out here just shooting their shots crazy.
but from a man's perspective, men aren't going to shoot their shot at a woman who they don't think for some reason it's not going to work.
See, I do. I think they shoot. I think they just cast a net and see what sticks. I don't think they think that much. I don't. Because some of the messages that I get, I always ask, like, what made this guy think that he could send me a message like that, or that he even had a shot? I think guys just, they throw it all out there and hopefully somebody takes the bait. And I think there are women who do. It works sometimes. That's why they do it.
Well, sometimes it works.
Yeah, I think sometimes it works. Depending on what the guy looks like. I'm kidding.
So you post a workout picture. Dude says, well, I'm going to send her something a little racy. And you respond, oh, hello there. It worked. Based off what you threw out there.
It hasn't worked for me, but I'm sure there are women that it works with. I'm sure there are women who enjoy that kind of attention. What did JoJo say?
JoJo said, my thought is they have had to have something work in the past.
Yes.
Right. And I remember this was I'm trying to think, what court case was this? It was the Kevin Spacey. I think it was the Kevin Spacey case. And the lady said they was at a party and he asked her to go outside. So she went and he just whipped it out outside and she was flabbergasted. And I remember getting into this debate. I said, that's not the first time he's done that.
No, probably not.
But if he did it 10 times and it didn't work 10 times, he wouldn't keep doing it.
But it's that one time. All it takes is that one time, or even that half time where the woman kind of entertain it, but not quite all the way, and then he'll just keep doing it. Some guys just don't care. They just don't. Like the amount of dick pics that I get, men don't care. Because some of them have no business sending those pictures, and they still do.
Do you put them in the group chat? You got a girls group chat that y'all just like share?
Of course. Yes, we do. I even have some of my guy friends that I'll send it to. Probably, look at this. Look at this.
Oh, so you feel like there's no accountability on the female side for the attention that she attracts?
No, like no matter what a woman does online, just doesn't warrant those types of messages. But I will say on the flip side, I could see how a guy could easily take somebody's like online presence, they might post little booty shots all the time or whatever, and assume that she's about that because of that. But it still doesn't make it right.
Okay. That's interesting. I feel like there is I feel like I can see it both ways. I can see it both ways. Because I feel like the women that I've seen post online about, oh, this dude hopped in my DM and he sent me this picture and this is what he said, and they post the screenshots or whatever. You can look at the pictures that woman posts and you're like, I get it.
You could see how he would think maybe it was okay.
That he would think maybe if I do this, it might go a certain. There's an outside chance she may be interested in what I'm sending over.
Yeah, I definitely could see how somebody who is, who thinks like that would definitely try it, but I don't think it's never warranted. You got to ask first. It's just like even with a woman, we don't send pictures. You got to ask first. I've asked for dick pics, but never. I've asked for dick pics, but never wanted one. Hold on, what, JoJo? I've asked for dick pics, but never wanted one. Is this for research? Is this
research purposes? I think she's saying that she subconsciously wanted it, but didn't outwardly ask for it.
Okay. So she's, sprinkled a little. Okay, I need JoJo to call in. She needs to elaborate on this.
I sent her the link. She might be hopping in a second.
Yeah, now I'm curious.
Maybe I think that is it because it's not from a certain guy?
Maybe because what makes him think that I'm even interested in him like that? So I think that's what it is. I think it depends on if we're talking and I'm into you and you're into me and it goes there, then okay, it goes there. But if I don't know you from Joe Schmo, like, do not send me a dick pic. Do not just hop in my inbox and say all kinds of just vulgar things to me. It's not okay.
Okay. But if you like them, it will be okay.
Unwarranted, he's just randomly, I'm at the grocery store and he just hits me with a dick pic. I think I need some warning. Because I always feel dirty when they send it. It makes me feel dirty. I don't know why. I just feel like embarrassed when they send it. So I definitely would need some warning.
No, but I mean, let's say you're walking down the street, right? You walk past a construction site and, one of the, overweight construction worker cat calls you and you're just like, ugh. But let's say you walk past the construction site and the foreman's there and he's in shape and he's attractive and he's like, hey, then it's okay.
Then it's different. See, that's like that thing where they say it's like the sexual harassment. It depends on how well perceived the other person is. Ooh,
Mr. Perkins.
Man.
Yes, just in time. I'm sure he sent some dick pics in his day.
No, never.
Never?
Never?
I don't believe that.
Never. I'm anti-dick pic.
Why?
You said why?
Mm-hmm.
That's just not my thing.
But what if you meet a girl and she's
so KP's on?
Oh, the glasses. Looks so cute. Hi, JoJo.
I was like, I have a lot to say about this topic.
Yes.
Are we talking about dick pics?
Yeah. We're talking about the unsolicited ones and the messages from guys and whether or not. So say a woman posts provocative pictures and a guy just slips in her DM and sends her some stuff. Is it warranted because she put that energy out there?
I'm not saying it's warranted. I'm saying when she says, I don't know what gave him that impression. You know exactly what gave him that impression. And maybe it was a little forward of him to do that, but you know exactly what gave him that impression.
Sometimes.
Right, and different.
Sometimes, because like I said, I don't think I flirt or post anything that gives men that idea, and I still get them.
Nicholas says, I got a question. He says, if you got a lady and you at the gym and you see a really pretty MILF, would it be terrible to say that she looks pretty? I'm not married yet, but she got kids for sure.
Nick, what's up? Nicotine, what's good?
You mean telling the MILF? He says she was eyeing me too. Granted, I'm 6'4", handsome and charming. Keinon knows.
Was he?
Right? I need to see Nicholas. Nicholas looks cute in his picture.
Oh my God, Nick, shut up.
He's too
Nick,
young. He's too young for you. He ain't got no gray in his beard.
Oh, hold on, guys. I'll be right back.
No, Nick is my guy.
Oh, no.
But yeah, answer the question. Yeah, that's an interesting thing you got going on, Nick. I mean, I know your situation, so I'll let everyone else answer.
Jojo, if you were with a guy, and let's say you're in a relationship with a guy, he's at the gym, you're not there, he's at the gym, but he sees another woman who's attractive, is it okay for him to tell her that she looks attractive?
I mean, why do you have to talk to her? I mean, I think you can look from afar. I don't think there's anything wrong with looking. Like, my theory is like, it's window shopping. You can look and not need to invest and purchase the goods and do all that. But I don't think you need to go out of your way to tell somebody. Like, at that point, it's like you're exuding, is that the word, effort into it. So I'm like, no, that's not okay.
What if it was a coworker and you see this person every day and y'all work closely together? And
even worse, KP. You can't do anything with coworkers. Like, everybody knows what's that saying? Don't shit where you eat.
Man, sometimes that shit tastes pretty good though.
Okay. Okay.
In that situation, that was just a competitive fire burning inside me that I saw something that I wanted, and then I had to get it. And it just so happened to be 3 people that I happen to work with going on at the same time. Which, let me tell you, that was a good time.
He said it was top-notch debauchery.
We heard.
It was definitely top-notch debauchery, for sure.
Well, wait. I came on here because I feel like I had to explain myself because I feel like Kadriana might understand this. So I do not like getting dick pics. I can't stand it. I think it's so gross. I think it's so aggressive. But if I was interested in somebody and just at a base level, just for hooking up, just for friends with benefits, I would never agree to that with at least first seeing the setup. Like, I'm not about to pull up and then
and be disappointed.
Especially if it's just a casual thing and you're just looking at it. You need to
wait. So what makes one disappointed though? Is it if you haven't even had a chance to see, I forgot the verbiage that you use, but if you haven't had the setup, what makes it disappointing at the initial unveiling? Is it the size?
I mean, it could be. Yeah, like some women have a size thing, a girth thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
So are we talking about a size thing where you're trying to see the setup, where you're just trying to see it, or is it a size thing where you're trying to see the setup where it's fully set up? Because some men are growers, not showers.
Sure.
Sure.
Because my shit is on noodle right now, but then when that shit gets excited, it's a done deal.
No, you definitely need to take the picture as a shower. I would never. KP, are you saying you send pictures of a flaccid dick? Like, I'm concerned.
No, I'm saying I've never sent a picture
So
he said he's never sent one.
I've never sent the
what
DP.
man would think I'm gonna send a picture of my soft setup? Like,
No, but some dudes
I hope not.
have decent setups that
sometimes it doesn't matter, is what he's saying.
Sometimes it doesn't matter. So like what they think is probably a nice little size flaccid may not be a nice little size to you flaccid.
On average, men are going to grow a little bit.
Right. That's what I was going to say. I mean, nobody's going to like take a picture and it goes from 2 to 10. Like,
no.
So from a basic photo, from just a quick, I'm also talking about too, like the setup, meaning like, what's the landscaping looking like? Like, I mean, because sometimes that's a turnoff to me. Like, if you're not taking care of business down there,
got to.
What else are you not taking care of? That's what I'm concerned about. You probably don't cut your nails. You probably, I
didn't know women really paid attention to if they are scaped or not.
Yes.
I don't.
There's a whole line called Manscaped.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know a single.
I've been manscaping since elementary school. So
I feel like I don't know a single one of my friends that has ever been like, oh, I love when it's just hard to find and I'm trying to weed through the jungle. Like I've never
hard to find.
Like some men don't care about that. I think you guys talked about that on a show once. Some men are like, I don't care if my woman shaves or not. I'm going in every time. Mm-hmm. But it's like,
that wasn't me.
I know it wasn't you. I don't know that women feel the same. Like, I don't know any woman that's like, I don't care. Like, you got to do a little bit of cleanup, I would think.
I agree.
It doesn't need to be like, you don't need to go get your balls waxed, but I mean, I probably would take a quick little razor down there or something.
But is this also one of those things where
makes the feel look bigger too? True.
Is this also one of those things where women will, it doesn't matter if she likes the guy? Because you can hear a woman say, these are what my standards are for a man. And then her baby daddy don't look nothing like the standard. I need a man that do X, Y, and Z. But then you lay next to a man every night that don't do X, Y, and Z.
That is true. That is true.
Women have a problem with accountability, man. It's, that's just the way it is.
I think both for men and women, I feel like anytime you're emotionally invested in someone, it typically makes the sex better. Like 100%. I would argue that if there is an emotional connection, it's less about that other stuff.
I'm emotionally connected at that time. How about that? Is that if it's just like a casual thing, at that time I am emotionally connected?
No, you're not. Not to the level of somebody that is really like into each other. For casual,
Nick said I give mine a taper and I blow the sides out.
I'm dead.
Oh my God.
He's funny.
Nicotine, you're funny. Nicotine is funny. So go ahead, Kadriana.
I think when there's like an emotional connection, it's different than your fling kind of connection. At least it is for me. Like sex is always better for me if I'm emotionally connected to something. Like it's night and day compared to just, it's just sex. Like
you can't be giving out grade A to some stranger. You can't. I'm sorry. You're not getting the LeBron James. You're just not.
Sometimes you have to give a girl the platinum package the first time so they come back.
And that's when we go crazy. That's how women get
yeah, right. That's your problem.
She said it's going to be like this every time.
But then if you don't give him the platinum package and you give him just the gold or the gold or the silver package, the next thing you know, they won't be coming back as quick as you may want them to, or they'll be going to their girlfriends saying, "Girl, I went out with Keinon, and you know, he came fast. But then if I go to town, I'll put in that work, and she's crazy." So it's like, you can't. How do you juggle that as a man?
That's why you can't just sleep with everybody. You never know.
Nick said, "I gotta go, but JoJo, I disagree. I give Game 7 LeBron James every time, regardless. I know you are not." Well, LeBron did choke in the finals a couple times. I don't know if Game 7.
I was gonna say, wait, didn't he just admit now he's engaged? See what happens when you be giving it out like that? All of a sudden, they're gonna lock you down.
I mean,
So,
maybe Mike in Game 6 because he never saw Game 7. So, so I'm gonna play this. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to hear it, but let me know if y'all can hear this, and then we'll talk about it.
I can't believe it's 2024 and we're still having a conversation about 50-50 on bills. But see, where she lost me is when she said, "Look at me. Do I look like a woman that's going 50-50 on bills?" I'm not really sure what she meant by that, because what does a woman that goes 50-50 on bills look like? The real question is this: why don't you want to help your person build? Why do you think that you're better than your person? Why do you think that you're more valuable than your person? Why don't you want to put in and help build? That's the real question.
Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills? No. Okay.
I think it's time that we wrap this immature conversation up. I think it is time that women grow up, get out of the delusion that y'all have created for yourselves. Find ways to be proactive and show up and help and support your person any which way you can. Y'all like
Panel.
Maybe if she stopped going 50-50, she wouldn't be so angry. That's a lot of projection.
Was that a woman talking?
That was the video you sent me.
Oh.
She has quite a few. Because
she hates women. I know which video she was talking about, because I think it was Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, because people accused her of paying for everything when she was dating him. And she said that was not the case. She doesn't do 50-50. And then I've seen a lot of this woman's videos, and I just think she has something against women, because everything is so aggressive against female mindsets and females. And so there's my take. I don't listen to women who hate other women tell women advice.
I have to agree with that, because I think that almost goes against what men get on us about by saying all women are, or like all men are the same. I hear that men always say they hate when women say all men are the same. But then when you have a woman that sits there and speaks poorly of those that want something, you're assuming that every woman wants to go 50-50 or doesn't, want to go 50-50. And that's not me. Like, I listened to that and I literally in my head was like, this is irrelevant, because I've gone 50-50. I've actually never not gone 50-50. I've been in 5 serious relationships and have always gone 50-50. I've never had anything else, because I was raised much differently than other people, with a stay-at-home father that taught me men ain't shit. So you better bring, something to the table, because if there's ever a time they leave you or what this, that, and the third, you got to be ready, or whatever that looked like. So I agree with Kadriana. I don't like when women will speak poorly about women wanting something for themselves, because that doesn't mean it's all women. That's categorizing, and that's putting everybody in a box. And it's some women are okay with that, and some women are not. Some men are okay with being, going 50-50. And I've met men that are like, you will not touch a bill the rest of your life, So I think it kind of depends on the person. It's not the rhetoric that she paints in that conversation is women need to step up. Well, not all women are doing that. So for you to say that, you're compartmentalizing women in that every woman wants, to be taken care of, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because she, like JoJo said, different women are raised differently. So I was raised the opposite of how JoJo was raised. I was raised where the woman stayed home and my brothers and my stepfather were providers. I didn't have to pump my gas when I was growing up. They took care of it. This is just what we do for the female. And so for me, all of the stuff that she was saying, oh, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that's she's projecting because she doesn't know why I choose to not go 50-50. She doesn't know why other women choose to not go 50-50. She clearly goes 50-50 and that works for her. But I've only ever had one guy who was about 50-50 life. And so, yeah, to each their own. But she seems awfully angry towards the women who won't do
Very
it.
Very angry. Why are you yelling at me? Am I about to cry?
Who hurt you? Clearly, you're tired of going 50-50.
KP, what do you think? What's your thoughts?
Man, you already know my thoughts. So
KP doesn't even date. So how would you know?
So I'm definitely not paying a woman's bills. Definitely not. So just like you guys were raised a certain way, I was raised in a female household, and my mom said, don't you ever, 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 ever let a woman run over you, walk over you. You stand on your own. I work, etc., so on and so forth. My dad has always been in my life. My dad has always worked. Both parents got good jobs, but nonetheless, that's how I was raised. So I'll be damned if I let a woman whom I like, I won't like her if we're dating. Now, if we're married, that's a totally different story. But if we're dating, like we talked about 10 episodes ago, I don't mind paying, but I'll be damned if I'm paying for everything. That's just not.
So how does that conversation go? Like, I'm just thinking about what you just said. So if you got married, you would say, okay, from now on, I take care of everything.
Well, I think that would be a gradual lead up conversation into, what our ideal expectations of marriage is. You know what I mean? I think that when it comes to, again, communication, I think that if you and your partner get to a point where marriage or being engaged is talked about, then I would think that you would have conversations about marriage styles and things.
What does it look like?
Yeah, what does that look like? Things of that nature. Now, if that conversation doesn't happen, then I think that's an issue between the two parties, at hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then if that conversation does happen and it doesn't go the way that either person thinks that it should go, then I think there has to be another conversation on whether or not that this is something that we can continue.
I think the conversation needs to happen soon into the relationship. I think when you're starting to get to know each other, that's when this conversation needs to come up, because not everybody agrees. And this is something that could be a deal. It probably is a deal breaker for a lot of couples. So I think it needs to be done soon.
So you think early into a relationship, you should talk about, if we were to get married 3, 4, 5 years from now, what does that look like to you? Y'all only been dating.
Not that, but you can ask them what they're like.
Why would it take 5 years?
Yeah, right.
According to you guys, you can fall deeply in love with someone within a month or two.
Exactly. That's why we're confused with the 5 years.
I didn't want to cast aspersions, so I just gave y'all a little leeway. But I mean, it could be 2, 3 years. You've been dating this dude for 6 months and you already want to have a conversation. So what does marriage look like to you?
No, you don't have it like that, but you do ask them in the beginning, hey, what are your thoughts on 50-50? It's just a simple, in passing conversation, because these clearly some people have strong opinions about it. And so it needs to be discussed, because if you don't believe in 50-50 and somebody else does, you're not compatible. And you might as well just like nip it in the bud in the beginning, as opposed to waiting 2 or 3 years when it's okay to talk about that stuff. We'll talk about marriage, I guess.
So should you put it on your dating profile? Like, hi, my name is Kadriana. I like long walks on the beach, and I don't believe in 50-50. So if you do, swipe left.
Let's see how many dates you get.
I have something like that. I have that. I believe in traditional values, and I'm looking for a guy who also has that mindset. I actually do have something like that on my dating profile. Yes.
But traditional to you may not be traditional to them. Like KP's
yeah, but
traditional.
I haven't run into it not being. So I've actually, most of the guys, especially the ones that are within
older,
the range that I like, most of them, they know what traditional means, because it means the same thing to them. It's just the younger, honestly, it's the younger generation that is so hung up on it, really.
Berna said, I don't believe in 50-50. And but could it be that the younger generation is smarter than the older generation is? For instance, our grandparents probably were more traditional in the sense that Kadriana says, right? Our grandparents were probably more traditional. The grandfather paid all the bills, did all the working, and the grandma didn't have a say-so. She took care of the household, but she did what he said do, because he was the head of the household. And at some point, maybe women got tired of not having a say-so. And they said, I want to be able to contribute to our household beyond laundry and dishes and cleaning out. I want to be able to contribute to our household in a meaningful way. Maybe that's where it came from. Because it's not necessarily saying it came from guys. Maybe it came from women. Maybe women said, you know what, I can go out and make my own money, so I should get 50% of the say-so in this household because I can make as much money as you can.
I think you have to understand that, though, to an extent, right? That if you are willing to say, I do not go 50-50, then you might not get a say in certain things. Like, I mean, now I'm not saying what I wear. Like, I'm not saying what I wear, what I do to my own body, right? But
no, it's everything. You don't get to, you can't parse what it applies to. It's everything.
So he would pay for my hair, my nails, my facials, all that?
If he wanted you to have that, yeah.
Well, then maybe I would. If he was taking care of me like that and said, Joe, I like when you're a blonde, I'll give you a band right now to go bleach it, I'd be like, I might do it for you.
Or if he said, I don't want you to go blonde and I don't like your eyelashes or nails, you going natural, he paying the bills. You don't get to say so.
But that's not her person then. See, that's why
exactly.
I feel like
I would leave that person.
Yeah, like only toxic men will have the mindset, if I'm paying, then I control. That like a healthy guy. Yeah, a healthy guy is traditional that way. What?
That's traditional though.
Not in the sense, it's traditional does not mean abuse. What you're saying
Who said it was abuse?
That's not because me not being able to have a say because he pays the bills. What is that? No, that's abuse. I'm not his pet. I don't agree. I think a guy who has that mindset, no one should be in a relationship with them at all. It's not worth whatever you're getting. Good guys don't think like that.
So what if you're staying in good guy's house and you guys get into a fight and he says, I think you need to leave?
Then I'll leave. So the difference between the women today and our great grandmas is we have the means to leave. We also have.
So, and that's why you don't want to go 50-50 is because you should have your own money regardless. That should be a no-brainer. If you were raised by any woman, You should know to have your own money regardless. But in your mindset of things, you want to earn your own money and stack your own money while someone else is paying for everything.
But it's not
To
just
me-
me hoarding my money. I'm still gonna, like, if I want a vacation with my man, I'm just gonna pay for it because I have the money. So it's not that I'm just keeping my money to myself. It's just when it comes to the major bills, I just don't think a guy should get in a serious relation, should have kids, should have a family if they cannot cover the expenses 100%. If you need somebody to go 50-50, you're not ready for a family. You're not ready for a relationship, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I get that's your ideal, but then if that's the case, there is a ton, underlined ton, italicized ton, bold ton of people who should not be in relationships right now.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to get in a relationship.
I agree.
I agree, because the reason I feel so strongly about this is because I have seen women who get with men who have to go 50-50. They have to have that woman's income to pay the bills, to put food on the table. That woman gets pregnant. They get put on bed rest. The whole family unit is disrupted because she married somebody who needed her to survive with the family. Until a guy can be put on bed rest, until a guy can raise a child and breastfeed and do all that stuff, I think he should be able to do it without having to go 50-50.
But is that the guy's fault in that situation or the woman's fault because she got herself into a situation that she didn't like?
No, that's a relationship. If I'm with a guy and I get pregnant, I would hope, and I can't work, I would hope that he wouldn't blame me and think that it was my fault that I'm in that situation. I hope he would be the type of guy that would be like, okay, this is my family. I'm going to step up to the plate. I know too many guys who do this to where I get it. It works for some people, but I know too many men who do this and do not complain to know that there are guys out there who gladly don't go 50-50.
But is that because you like older guys and maybe older guys have to?
My brothers never did 50-50, even when they were dating in college. My brothers would never let their girlfriends pay for things.
Well, I mean, what are you doing in college that you really got to pay for? Like pizza?
Slice of pizza?
Well, but I'm saying, like, no, my brothers used to come out on good dates. They were taking them out on nice dates, like my brother, especially my oldest brother, he was taking women to the opera, like, and he worked. And he even would say she likes nice things, and that's what he would give her.
You got college kids going to the opera. Cut it out. Cut it out.
He
went one time to the opera.
Well, he took her one time and he drove her there. It was like a special date, but he would always wine and dine her. And that was my one particular brother. I watched how he was with his wife and how he treated her like she was just the most amazing woman in the world. And I always respected that he was safe with her, he cared for her, and she never wanted for anything. And I know there are guys who they just do it because that's how they were raised.
Are they still together?
Well, my brother passed away, but
I'm sorry to hear that.
They were, and he was just a really good. And he had daughters, and he did the same thing for them. And so then, when my niece married a guy, she married a guy the same caliber.
Sounds very Hallmarkish.
Hey, call it what you want, but I wouldn't want anything else for my daughters, for my nieces, for any other woman.
Hey, as long as my daughter is being treated well, like the queen she is,
facts.
I'm not going to trip off if a dude is going 50-50 or not. At all.
I agree with Berna 100%.
Berna said, providing isn't just about money. It's about security, leadership, and making sure the people he loves are taken care of. When a man truly embraces that role, he doesn't resent it. He thrives in it.
So then is a woman not supposed to provide security and leadership to her man?
And she does all that. And when a woman
isn't that 50-50? Isn't
No.
that 50-50?
Not money. Not money.
Right. She said it's not monetary.
It's
These
not
are
always
intangible
monetary,
things.
but
Right.
that's
Yep.
what we're doing. I'm giving him nurturing and stuff like that. I'm talking as far as 50-50. I'm not going to go on a date and pay for me and a guy. I'm just not. I've done it one time and I lost respect for him. And so I know that I cannot respect a guy that expects that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because I mean that's what you like, you know. I mean, me
I
personally,
would want that for my daughters. If I had a son, I would teach my son the same thing.
yeah, I would never teach my son to pay for a woman every single time. I wouldn't. Sorry. I would teach my son to treat a woman with respect, the utmost respect. You can treat a woman with the utmost respect, treat them like the queen that they are, and you don't have to pay every single time. You can still treat a woman like the queen that she is and not have to pay every single time.
And that's fine. Yeah, for you and the women that you choose. But there are some guys who feel that that is just a part of their masculine role and they want to do that. And that's okay.
I guess,
I want my son to feel the same way.
I don't want to do that.
I've seen how it works. I've seen it from the perspective of men who take on that role. And I've seen their relationships. All of my brothers have been married for a long time. My oldest brother's been married for 25 years. I've seen people who've done it the other way. There's got to be some truth to it working if a lot of the successful relationships.
So let me ask you this.
But I think
their wives aren't chumps. Their wives aren't chumps. My oldest brother's wife is a doctor. So it's not like they're dating these women who can't hold their own. And the other one is.
Go ahead. I think that there's a place for tradition, right? How you were raised, your family's culture. I think that there's a place for tradition. I think that as a man, and obviously there's only two guys on this panel who can speak to this. As a man, there are men who have to. There are also men who don't have to.
Mm-hmm. Don't clarify that for me. Have to or don't have to what?
There are men who have to pay for everything for a woman because if they didn't, they wouldn't have a woman. And then there are men who don't have to do that because they can command from a woman effort in all areas, or at least most areas, you know. And it's not necessarily saying like let's say you take you might take a professional athlete, right? I would probably venture to say that there are not a lot of professional athletes who are either seriously dating, have children with, or married to a woman, and the woman does nothing outside of the home. Like they're contributing some kind of way, right? Like you take Steph Curry's wife, Aisha Curry, has a line of like cookware. I think she had like a TV show. Like she has some businesses that they were doing like real estate. Like she's doing something, and maybe for her it's just because she didn't want to be at home all the time, and now her kids are a little bit older, and she can get out and do some stuff. But she's bringing in income too. Does she have to? No. Obviously, Steph makes
more than enough.
Right, millions and millions of dollars, right? But because it's 2024, 2025, she's empowered to be able to go and do that. And I'm sure, and like I said, I'm just venturing to guess, I'm sure that if they're going to go somewhere, there may be a time or two where she says, and this is to Kadriana's credit, there may be a time or two where she says, babe, we're going to Cabo, I got it. She know her man got $1 million in the bank, $20 million in the bank, but she said, I got it. To him, it's not about the money, it's about the effort. And I think that a lot of guys, it may not necessarily be about the money, it's about the effort, right? Mm-hmm. If I paid for us to go to Cabo and maybe you don't make as much as me, but you can pay for us to go to Vegas, and you say, babe, let's go to Vegas. I'm happy because you put forth the effort to do that. And I think that from a man's perspective, because I think that a lot of men do want to be that 100% provider, a lot of men may not be able to be in that position, depending on the type of woman you got. And there's something to be said for that too. But I think a lot of men want to be able to be that 100% provider, but they just want effort. And that goes back to what I said before. Our grandparents, the grandfather, didn't expect any effort from the mom monetarily because he was taking care of all of that. All she had to do was keep the house. And the grandma wasn't expected to contribute monetarily, but she knew that her contribution to the household was actually in the household. But now times have changed and mentalities have changed toward that. And I think that men now are like, why am I paying for everything and you're not putting in to our relationship the way that I feel like you should be? Because now I think men are more emotionally intelligent. I think women are more emotionally intelligent now. So now they're like I said, I want to have more say so in our relationship. Men are like, I need more from you emotionally in our relationship instead of just you being there when I get home. I need more from you in our relationship. So I think that because times change, I think mentalities have changed about contributions to a relationship. Like Berna said, it's not about money. I think it's really more about effort. Like, are you pouring into us?
And that's the thing. I want to clarify. I'm not saying have the man pay for everything and you do nothing.
No. I'm not saying that.
I do a lot. I am definitely every relationship that I am in. I am the anchor. I help my man build because to me we're a team and we're gonna build. I'm not saying don't do anything and expect the guy to pour into the relationship. It has to be mutual. But I am saying as far as paying the bills and stuff like that, I do think that is, for me, that's just the man demonstrating to me that he can be a provider and a protector. Because otherwise, if I'm doing what you should be doing, then you need to call me daddy at the end of the day. that's all I'm saying.
So now we're going to emasculate him because he might be a little bit down on his luck.
No, but there's nothing wrong with that. But the goal should be to get to that position. I think for a man, I would want my brothers. If I had a son, I would want that to be the goal if they were not there.
This cat's gonna kill me if I don't jump off and feed him.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say one thing, and I'm gonna still listen though. I'm still gonna listen because I'm curious as to what you guys will say. So I'm gonna leave you with this. Is it fair to say that 50-50 could be a dating preference? Yeah. Just the same way that you set your preferences on Hinge if you want a woman who's between 30 and 35, couldn't Kadriana in this instance say that's just my preference? I predominantly date men over 6 foot. I predominantly date men of color, whatever it is, right? But is that not the same thing for somebody to say, I date men that do not go 50-50? That's a preference, I think.
Oh, yeah,
that's
100%.
A fair thing to say.
100%. And I don't think that there's really I don't think anybody can accost someone else for their preference.
Right.
Your preference is your preference.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
To that note, when you say, hey, this is my preference, people objectively who are not in your dating circle can look at that and say, well, let's analyze this. Let's dig into, let's dig into this. If I said I like 7 foot tall, blonde women with big backs, And Keinon says,
Me too.
Keinon looks at me and says, but why is this your preference?
Right.
What has led to this being your preference? And is this working for you? Because he's my friend, he can say, is your standard, is your preference working for you?
Mm-hmm.
And if I say, well, I've been through 10 relationships with 7-foot tall Norwegian women with big backs and none of them have worked out, he could say, Dave, let's reevaluate. He could say, let's reevaluate it. So it's not necessarily saying that someone's preference is wrong. People can like whatever they like, right? Even if a woman says, you know what, I'm white or I'm whatever, but I typically date African American men, but she's single. And I'll preface this by saying, no, I'm not going to say that. But what I'll say is, if she's single, people might be able to say, like, is your preference working for you? Is it working? If it's not working,
I'm intrigued.
I'm logging off.
So that's the same as saying like your standards. You're not going to change your standards because you're having a hard time finding it. Like if somebody, like for me, there's certain things I won't compromise on, and I'm okay with being single until I find somebody that fits that. I think that's what too many people do is they start to get flexible with their standards, and then they wonder why they're miserable or they're always with the wrong person. And I'm speaking from experience. Like the times that I've been flexible.
Go feed your cat. Go feed your cat.
Aren't there like 7 billion people in this world? Like there'll be someone.
Somebody will fall into that category.
Thank you for having me. Love you. I'm still listening.
But is it not working because you compromised, or is it not working because you won't compromise? Usually, like if you say, here's a good example. If you say, I don't like guys under 6 feet. And so you've been dating guys over 6 feet your whole life. Those relationships never worked out. So then you say, you know what, 2025, I'm going to turn over a new leaf. I'm going to date guys under 6 feet. We'll give short kings a chance. And those relationships don't work out either. At what point do you say it's not working out because I settled and I gave a guy who was 5'8" a chance? Or do you blame it on, I'm just going to keep dating guys over 6 feet because I like what I like?
That's a hard one because I can't see myself. If I give a short guy, like a 5'6" a chance, and it doesn't work out, I promise you the next guy will be 6 foot. I will not do that again. If I'm gonna get my heart hurt, I'd rather be with somebody that I want or that my preference, that I'm attracted to.
Uh-huh. So outside of the mentality that we spoke about regarding being the breadwinner, I feel like height is big for women too. I feel like height is a big thing. I'm sure KP, being of the upper echelon of heighted men, can speak to, like, why is height such a big thing for women?
I would say that, in my opinion, I could be totally wrong, but it makes them feel safe. It makes them feel like, we can pick them up.
Shout out to Will. Shout out to Will.
What up, Will? Hey, I'm gonna need you to hook me up, Will, with one of those colombianas. Ay, papi. So I think that's why most women like tall guys is because it makes them feel safe. It makes them feel like the dude, depending on the height that they are, they could, you know, like hug them. The hugs are better. And then also, you know, most tall men, regardless of if it's unfounded or not, most tall men have a sense of confidence about themselves that's as soon as they walk into a room, it's instant. You know that people are going to look, regardless if you, I think if you're like 6'3" and up, somebody's going to, when you walk into a room, you're probably going to be noticed. So some men who are tall or taller don't necessarily have confidence, but they still get that look as soon as they walk into a room, because being tall, it just kind of, it's a commanding presence. So that's why I think most women like tall men. I don't know very many women who are like, I want a dude that's 5'6" or 5'7".
As long as he treat me right, I'm cool with a dude that's 5'6".
No offense to the 5'6", 5'7", 5'8" dudes. I got a lot of friends that are about that height. But you know, I don't know too many women. If you put, like we did, I think we did it a while ago. If we get an equally handsome guy on the left.
No, don't bring that up, because JoJo still ain't over that one.
Man, I was just podding. But no, I think that's why most women like tall men, you know?
JoJo said facts. Pardo, shout out to Megan Pardo, me, Muggin Megan, and I were just talking about that. If I'm gonna get cheated on, might as well be with a 10 out of 10.
Exactly.
Yeah, but the 10 out of 10, you should know it's probably gonna automatically cheat on you anyway.
Have you ever been cheated on by somebody you gave a chance to? That hurts.
Every time.
That hurts bad.
No, I've never been cheated on with the person I gave a chance to, but
yeah.
I've been cheated on, but not with the person I gave a chance to.
Oh, they gave you the chance.
I mean, I guess if you look at her, then look at me right now. I guess I did give her the chance.
Kadriana, have you ever been cheated on by somebody you gave a shot to?
Yeah. Yes. It's the worst, because then you start getting mad. You're like, I didn't even like you that much in the beginning, and I'd rather get cheated on by the time.
If you give a dude the runaround and you give him a chance, if you give a dude a run, okay, maybe this is just my mindset. If you give a dude the runaround while he's trying to holler at you, when he finally gets you, he's more than likely gonna play you.
He's gonna move on.
Yes, he's gonna play you. Yes,
because you gave him the runaround. Because you gave him the runaround to begin with, he's gonna play you. He's gonna get his get back one way or another. He's gonna break up with you, cheat, smash and dash. One of those three things. That's why when most women are playing around, like, and they're playing like quote unquote hard to get, or you gotta chase them, all this other nonstop. But then that one day, that one Friday, her friends are gone. You know, it's only her and the dog, and then
ain't nothing on TV.
Ain't nothing on TV. She hits you up.
Yep.
Hey, stranger.
Hey, how are you?
How you been this week? Ain't heard from you.
Those
Look
are
at
the
your phone.
Those are the worst. I ask myself now, do I just need attention? Am I bored before I message somebody that I know I have no business messaging?
But I think as the dude, if your intentions are as of that, then I think the dude knows or should know, if he's had any experience with women, he should know what that intention was. If you're giving him the runaround, or if you haven't heard from a girl in a while and she hits you up randomly, your first thought process should be, I'm about to smash.
JoJo said, got to ask yourself, do you like him or is he just 6'4"?
Exactly. Because sometimes the loneliness gets the best of us, and you forget.
Trust me, I've sent a few of those lonely texts before. next thing you know, I was crying in the shower. Afterwards.
He said crying in the shower.
I spent a few of those times. Like, hey, what's going on, girl? Next thing you know, I'm like, damn, why did I do that? Damn it, man.
Be strong. Be strong.
Man, sometimes it just be calling. Sometimes you just need to, you know, dip the candy in the fun dip sometimes. You know? Especially if you get the text. Especially if you get one of those late night texts from somebody who's been playing you. Oh my God.
Right. It's like 10 o'clock at night.
I am coming. I'm coming over. I don't care how long you've been playing. But guess what's gonna happen after the next day?
What?
It's gonna be that Homer Simpson meme where he's going into the bushes.
Oh. Then you guys wonder why we have trust issues and why we won't budge on our standards. It's because men like that.
If
you wasn't playing games in the beginning, it wouldn't happen. But you had so many options and you couldn't be bothered.
Like real talk. I see so many women post on Instagram. This guy, he missed out on something. I can go look at somebody's thing right now. A person that I've tried to holler at gave me her number. Ghost. See her every weekend. See her. Hi. Okay, so get this. I come from a nice guy angle, you know. See, this is what happens when you bring out the inner dog in Keinon. Just because it's just like I come with peace, and I come with, you know, the big heart. I come with, I want to be that dude. Approach her in a good way, you know. Then, and I even had the friend, even with gave me the assist, you know. And I think I said something, and she's like, she said I sent her like a meme, and we both laughed, and she said, seeing is believing. So I said, okay, well, let me, can I take you out to dinner? I said, can I take you out to dinner? I asked for the phone number. She gave me the phone number. And I texted her the next day. Hey, what's going on? This is Keinon. You know, here's my number. Crickets. Damn.
He said, damn.
Damn. I mean, I really wanted this one too. Like, I really wanted this one. This one was my speed. Like, looking wise, body wise. Oh, she was my speed. I see her out. I'm like, oh. So I said, okay, I'm gonna try one more time. Hey, what's going on? This is Keinon. Hey.
Sorry tonight, you looking awfully good.
Crickets. And then next thing you know, and I'm seeing this girl out every weekend. And next thing you know, I'm seeing on her story. If he only knew, like memes. If he only knew what he lost. And then I see another meme a couple days later. If guys only tried, they would get, like, just like, you know, those memes that women post. And I'm like, granted, I may not, just like you may say, I may not have been her quote unquote person, right? But how do you know if so-and-so isn't your person if you don't even give them an opportunity to even talk?
Because she was trying to get somebody else's attention. She probably just broke up with her man, gave you the number because, why not? And then realized she missed him and was trying to send him subliminal messages through her stories.
I don't doubt that. Yes, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that one single bit. That sounds very plausible. But my thing is, why even give the number?
She wanted attention. She needed attention. She
didn't get any because she didn't respond.
It was in that moment. She probably was going through it. It's probably a fresh breakup. And then you're a decent looking guy. So she's like, okay, whatever. And then slept on it and realized I missed my man.
Decent. Will says, since men shrink, do we get a pass over 60? If you're 5'10" and 60, is that good in the States?
Nah, Will.
Well, for Kadriana, I don't know.
Yeah, Kadriana she goes for the 60-year-olds.
No, 60 is too old.
That's a lie.
6 feet, 6.
55?
20 years my seniors is the max that I will even consider, and I don't prefer it. I prefer guys about 10 years older than me. So like somebody about in their mid-40s, that's my sweet spot. We usually still connect. It's fun. They're young, but they're old enough to know better. That's the sweet spot. 60.
Do you think in your opinion, do you think older men, do you think they F better than younger men?
Yes, 100%. They focus on pleasing and they are good. Like they get off by getting you off, and they've been around, they've had the experience, they know what they're doing. Yes. And they're confident. They're comfortable in their skin.
So would you recommend?
So you would recommend JoJo go out and get her a 45, 50-year-old?
45 is a sweet spot, yes. It will be a whole different situation. All those little petty tit for tat arguments you do in dating with guys my age and younger, you don't have to deal with that.
Jordan ain't ready for that 45-year-old thing to be put on her, man.
And they know how to use what they have at that age.
So do you think, in your opinion as a woman, do you care if sex is long or not, or do you care if it's what is your thought process on that?
It depends on the session. So if we're just trying to do a quickie, I need you to just bam, pow, get it over with. Yep. If we're trying to be more intimate, I'm okay with long, but there is such a thing as too long. Like if we're getting into hour 2 and we're cramping and it's just, it's not comfortable. Yeah.
I'll be like 10 minutes in, I'm like, fuck.
Well, because some guys can go and then go and then go. They can get off and then keep going. And
they own some. They own some.
Maybe.
Honey packs.
Dude. I used to have a homie back in high school. The girls used to say that he could just come and just go back up and just be ready. And I don't like my refractory period is just I ain't gonna lie to you. That first time, I'm sorry. It's gonna be quick. But that second time, I'm trying to make you feel it in your stomach for real. But that first time, be prepared. It ain't going long.
Kyrie, my guy Kyrie, he's on my basketball team checking in. He said, "That's me."
But he keeps going. Energizer Bunny is back to back.
Yeah, I can't do no back to back. I need a halftime drink, Kyrie. I need a halftime drink, man. I can't, because if you go back to back to back, they're gonna expect you to go back to back to back every single time.
So you can't do it on. So what you're saying is you can't do that on the first time.
What?
The long time?
The back to back to back.
No, we can. Like we can. Like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it. But eventually, we need to take an intermission.
Yeah, I need to see. What's the most times you've ever had sex in one day?
Gosh.
24-hour period?
Yeah, 24-hour period.
Oh my God.
2 or 3.
Wow.
Oh, I've done it 6 times.
Mine was
6?
8. Mine was 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was 8 times, bro. We had that shit like planned out too. He was like every other hour.
Yeah.
For real. I was trying to break my personal record, and whatever record she didn't have, she's gonna make for real.
Did you date her? Was this your girlfriend?
No. No. She was not.
Right. So what? but you've had girlfriends, but have never done it 8 times in a 24-hour period.
No, I haven't. I mean, after 8, it drops down to like 6. Yeah. It's no, girlfriend wise, I would probably say in the 24-hour range is probably in the 4 to 6 range. But this one with the 8, it was someone whom was flying in.
It was a flu out.
Yeah. So we only had
Kadriana, have you ever been flown out?
I'm not answering that.
You never been trafficked across state lines?
No, I didn't pay for her to fly out. She paid for herself to fly out.
Right.
I just provided the house.
Yeah, we're talking about Kadriana.
I'm not answering that. I'm not answering that question.
That's the answer.
Yeah, that's the answer.
No answer is the answer. Kyrie said, I've been flew out before. I've been flown out.
Yeah, if you're a dude and you've been flown out, you definitely, I better know it. Yeah, we know what it is. I'm coming with no draws on. I'm getting off the plane with no draws on.
I'm on the plane 2.5 hours, no draws.
Free balling for sure. I'll be ready, bro. I'll be ready. It don't matter if I'm being flown out or not. If a girl coming over, I'm free balling. Simple as that.
Basketball shorts
or sweatpants. I want my shit ready to go. I don't want nothing to impede the traffic of the fucking erection. I'm ready. I want him to be ready so I can just pull off and start drilling. That's it.
So Kadriana not gonna answer that question. That's cool.
Yeah, we know the answer, man.
Yeah, we did. We know.
Yeah, I would never.
No, we don't. I don't know.
I did a lot of different things when I was younger, so.
Well,
it's understandable. I mean, we all was young. We all was young at some point.
Yeah, I've never been flown out before.
Really? No,
I've never had a girl pay for my plane ticket to go anywhere.
Oh man, it's top tier.
I bet, man.
I mean, you feel kind of weird about it.
I wouldn't,
because you know why you're going, but
yeah, that's the best part.
So you get off the plane, you're like, are we gonna we just gonna hang out, or should we do it now? Or
see, and that's the thing, like Man, I mean, this is the real spiel. Like I tell every female this. I tell every female this. I'm bluntly honest with them. Like, I don't genuinely like a lot of females. Like, genuinely like. I may want to fuck a lot of females, but I don't genuinely like a lot of females. When I do like someone, that's when I am the lover boy. That's when you see a different side of Keinon. You know, I'm all in, so on and so forth. The majority of these girls or women, they can just get the D and keep it moving. Like, that's why, like, that's why I have that kind of mindset, because I just don't, I mean, it's hard for me to, and I allow myself to, but they do something or say something or like, and I go in with the mindset of
you turn off immediately, like, ew.
Yeah, and then I'm just like,
I got the ick.
Yeah, I'm just like, okay. I go in with the mindset of this girl could be potentially my girlfriend, right? And then let's say, for instance, again, I'm texting and it's not being reciprocated. I'm going to put this girl into the just smashing category, and we'll just put her over here while I still go and figure something out over here, because this girl she's not reciprocating like what I need, but that's okay. We are compatible sexually, which is cool. It's beneficial for both. But then I'm still looking.
Right, you're looking for your person.
Yeah.
Do you let her know? Does she know that you put her in that category, or is she still thinking it could be something serious?
It depends, to be honest with you. I'm being bluntly honest with you. It really depends. Some women, there is a conversation had where it's like, you know, it's best that some women are like, that's it. You know, I don't really want to do that anymore, so on and so forth. But then there's other women who enjoy, you know, those particular moments that we have, and they like to have more of those moments. And, you know,
but that's it.
But that's it, yeah. And they're cool with that. Some are cool with that. But I'm not out here also having other moments with other people. Okay. I'm still looking. But then if I decide to have another moment with someone else, yes, I would let so-and-so know, so on and so forth, for sure, 100%.
See, that's interesting.
You don't need to tell her.
I think I always hear women say like that they felt used or something, or that they thought it was something different. And what you're saying, I could see how this could easily happen to women, where they go in thinking, oh, I could potentially be with him. And then you're just like, oh, this is just sex. She's just sex.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think one of the things that women don't acknowledge
or want to,
I think one of the things that women don't acknowledge a lot is that women want to win. And what I mean by that is women, like if you meet a woman, right? Unless you tell her you're the only woman I'm talking to, she's not going to assume that. I think she's going to assume other girls like him, other girls are talking to him. I can't be the only one, but I want to win. I want to be the one that he chooses. And I may have a line, I may have a limit, but I'm willing to do what it takes to get him, right? And men, I would probably say men have the same mentality, right? Like if you meet a woman, you like, I know I'm not the only dude she texting. I know I'm not. But the more of her I get, the more I'm winning. And eventually she's gonna be like, you know what? I'm cutting all the other dudes off. You're the guy I like. I want to be with you. And it pays off. I would assume that women are probably the same way. Like women know, unless you with her every night before she lay her head down on the pillow, he probably over another girl crib right now.
You would
Doing
assume.
Doing to her what he did to me 2 nights ago.
I don't think so. Because I have girlfriends that I assume that until we make it official, because that's how I think. Until it's confirmed that we are exclusive, you're probably talking to other people. I'm probably talking to other people. And that's just what I assume. But I've had girlfriends who do not think that. They're like, well, he texts me all the time. And then when they find out that he was, you know, talking to other people and he chose somebody else, they always seem appalled because they assumed they were the only one that he was talking to.
She ain't the only one thinking she's the only one.
but exactly. is she appalled because she found out that she wasn't the only one he was talking to, or is she appalled because she didn't win?
It was probably a little bit of both. Because I think in those situations, they assume, well, he's giving me all this energy. He's texting me good morning and he's doing all this stuff. So they assume, well, he's probably only doing it to me.
KP like the good morning text.
Rookie.
That's what women think. And we love that. We love that.
There's a way, there's a way on the iPhone that you can text multiple people good morning at one time.
And schedule it. Yeah.
Yeah. And like.
But still, we don't think that. When I get my good morning text from the person that I'm looking forward to, I just assume that he had just woke up, opened his eyes, thought about me, and texted me good morning. And I was the only one that got a good morning text.
That ain't true.
Why else would I forget?
Man, I've taken a shit, watched ESPN, done a whole bunch of other things, and I'm like, man, let me text this girl good morning, man. Damn. I'm just playing around. But no, I totally get that. But as a woman, I think you have to, just like you said, you assume that they're potentially dating or seeing other people. I had this girl get mad at me and I wasn't seeing anyone else, because I had a toothbrush in my downstairs bathroom along with a toothbrush in my upstairs bathroom. So, and she got mad, and I was like, so my habit, and this is just in the bizarro world that Keinon thinks, I have toothpaste and toothbrush upstairs because I live in a loft, Kadriana. I live in a loft. And I have a bathroom downstairs. So sometimes when I'm leaving to walk out the door, what do people typically do before they walk out the door? They brush their teeth, they do that, et cetera, et cetera. So in case I get dressed and I forget to do it upstairs, on my way out, downstairs, I have another toothbrush and toothpaste where I brush my teeth. And she was like, there must have been some other bitch over here. I'm like, what? And she couldn't believe the fact that because I have everything that I have upstairs, I have downstairs. I have deodorant upstairs. I have deodorant downstairs. So it's just the craziest thing. Like,
I mean, I can honestly say, like, I feel like I've had that reciprocal moment before. Like, if you spend the night like at a girl's place, and she says, "Oh, I have an extra toothbrush and toothpaste," and she got the little travel size toothpaste, and she pulled out a bag of disposable toothbrushes, and you're like, "Damn!" Like,
that's crazy. A bag of them.
I Sam's Club, so I got full sizes. I always have extra in case I have guests, and I've had guys say that,
like a 10-pack of toothbrushes, and you like, "Oh, you prepared."
Yeah. I have kids, and they're always like, "Mom, we need toothbrushes," so I buy it in bulk. But I've had guys say, "Why do you have 2 towels hanging up here?" And I know where they're going with it. I'm like, because I got hair and a body, but I know they're trying to figure out if there's another guy there. Or why do you have stuff on both nightstands? I don't know, because it's my space.
I remember one time I spent the night over this lady's house, and she left in the morning before I did. And when I woke up in the morning, she had texted me. She said, "Hey, the housekeeper left a gift for you in the bathroom." And I go in the bathroom. There's a makeup bag. It's got like a little travel cologne, a toothbrush, toothpaste, a little razor, like all this stuff. And I was like just like a gift basket. Now I feel cheapened at this point. Now I feel a little cheap. I feel a little cheap. You got a parting gift for me, huh?
Was she the one that flew you out?
No, she didn't fly. She didn't fly me out. No, this one didn't fly me out. We was in the same place. But she had bread too. She had a really nice house. So she was. I kind of took it that because it was a really nice bag too. Mm-hmm. I actually still got it, but I felt a little cheap after that. I was like, felt a little grimy.
That would make me want to go back for more.
Felix said, "Dang, Dave got a gift bag, haha, for the nightcap."
You got Derek Jeter, man. That's crazy.
Little parting gift, little fruit basket for you on the way out.
I should start doing that. Give him like some.
I think it's nice. I stayed with a guy and he had silk pillowcases that he opened up, and that one, it was weird because I was like, he clearly knows what he's doing. Because he asked me, he said, "Do you need a silk pillowcase?" And I was just like, what do you know about that? But he knew.
What is
yeah, go. What is that?
What is the deal with silk?
Hair, for when we sleep, the friction, like cotton pillows can break your hair, and it's where the silk, it just keeps your hair and your face all smooth.
But is that too prepared?
That was too prepared. That one caught me off guard because I was just like, you just have silk pillowcases like that? That one caught me off guard.
Do you believe in the term simp?
No, I hate that. There's nothing wrong with a man being a lover guy. There's nothing wrong with a man just being romantic. I don't know why we always have to make good things into a negative.
So what's your definition of a simp, in your opinion?
From me, what I've seen is if the guys who refuse to let a woman pay, I have seen them be called simps. Guys that are, doing the good morning text and, hey, I sent you Uber coffee, they would be considered a simp. Okay. To me, that's just, I love that.
Is it kind of the same as love bombing?
No.
Would a simp be a love? That's not the same?
No, because love bombing, it's the intention behind it. So if you're just doing that to manipulate and get what you want, that's love bombing. But if you're genuinely just a lover, a romantic person, there's nothing wrong with that.
So lover boy KP could be a simp.
According to some people online, yeah.
Some people think I'm a simp.
If you're because you said when you're with somebody,
I thought you meant somebody actually said that. But no, yeah. When I really am into somebody, yes, I am.
You simping?
I am so I agree with her definition, but then I want to throw in a little bit of my definition. I think my definition of a simp is a dude who does stuff for women or a female, and it's not reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think a simp is. A simp is someone where it's not about paying for dinner, or it's not about like if I'm texting you and you're not responding, but then I'll go buy you something. To me, that's a simp. Because you're not getting.
And that and being manipulative, because that to me is somebody who's just trying to manipulate me. So is a simp.
Well, no, it's the women who are doing the manipulating.
Well, so is he. They're both playing their own games.
No, so it's the women because the woman knows she don't like him.
Right.
But then what would make him think he could buy her
Because he
attention.
feels like she's leading him to believe that if he does enough, he has a chance.
But he's a grown man. And so he's choosing to do that because he has ulterior motives. He thinks if he does that, he'll get what he wants. So they're
But
both
the
right.
motive is to get her. That's not an ulterior motive. It's to get her.
Yeah, he wants her.
He wants her.
That's
Yeah,
a simp.
she doesn't want him.
But she's not telling him that.
So that's what a simp is. A guy
In my
who
opinion.
does romantic, who manipulates, because that's what that is. Who just buys me, the guy no, and he keeps throwing money at me and throwing chips at me. He's a simp.
Not money. It could be as simple as you ask me to help you move. I help you move, but then you don't even send me a text to say thank you or anything like that. But then when I hit you up a couple days later, say, hey, you want to go to dinner? You say yes. To me, that's a simp.
Oh, well, the woman's wrong too. Yeah. She's toxic to do that because that's fucked up.
Jock, we got Jock in, Iowa City alumni, you Iowa Hawkeyes. Checking in, he says, what if she does the bare minimum just to keep him around? That's manipulative. She's manipulating him. She knows that if she responds to his text enough, not too much, but if she replies, if he says, hey, good morning, beautiful, and she says, hey, have a nice day. She know that when he said, hey, I got two tickets to the football game this Sunday on the 50-yard line, first row. You want to go? Yeah, I'll go. Now she knows that he likes her, and she should say, no, I'm not going with you because I feel like you like me. I don't like you like that. I'm gonna have to say no.
Yep.
But she goes because she want to go to the football game with a dude that she know like her, and at the end of the night, she gonna kiss him on the cheek. I had so much fun.
Like what I was doing with old girl when I was texting her, to me, that was simpish behavior. I can call myself out. That was simpish behavior.
I think every dude has probably simped at some point. I have, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I've for sure been a simp.
I don't see where I see where it's wrong on both sides, but I don't see how the negativity behind it, because
if it's not reciprocated, if it's not being reciprocated, then why are you doing it? That's my thing.
Okay, yeah. But I feel like a guy who knows it's not reciprocated and he's doing it, you don't think that he's trying to manipulate her as well? They're both like each other.
The point is that he doesn't know it's not reciprocated. She's giving him just enough to keep him doing it.
She's breadcrumbing him.
Yeah. It's breadcrumbing from the female side. The resources are coming from the male side.
Yeah.
And it's just enough to keep him giving. At some point, he wisens up and says no. But like I said, I think that every guy has probably simped at some point.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
I think every woman has.
Yeah,
I don't know what the female version of that is.
I know women who they'll message a guy, like the guy will do the breadcrumbing, and they will be the ones just like, hey, do you need anything? Hey, I saw this and I thought of you. And the guy does just enough, comes around when he needs sex or something, and she gives it to him. It's just, it happens on both sides.
Damn, I've been breadcrumbing bitches, man. I don't even know.
Yeah, and that's why I think so many of us women, we stop dating, because a lot of guys do it, and they say they don't mean to, but they do. And that's what happens when you're dating multiple people, or you're trying to, juggle. You're giving everybody little crumbs. Let me make sure, circle back, so she still knows she still has a chance, and you give her just enough to keep her hooked.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that for sure. I'm definitely guilty of that.
I'm definitely guilty.
I'm definitely guilty of that. I'm definitely guilty of that. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm definitely guilty of that.
So you breadcrumb women.
I mean, I'm not gonna say all women, but
yeah, but that's
I definitely. I've definitely done that for sure, because I mean it's definitely been done to me, but I definitely have done that.
I feel like I don't think I've ever done that, and maybe I think it's a lot of it is probably because I'm a Gemini. Like if I feel like I'm done with you, I'm done with you. And if I get a text message from you randomly a week or a couple weeks later, months, 4, 5, 6 months later, out of the blue, it's not because I've talked to you in the last 6 months. It's just because you decided to reach out to me.
I still be want to know what that womb feel like, man. Sometimes
I'm not saying I've never circled back. I'm saying it wasn't because of breadcrumbing. It wasn't because of like dragging out this long process of communication. It was just like there was no conversation in January, and then June you're like, "Hey, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday! Oh, thanks, I appreciate it. What are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm just chilling at the crib. You want to come through?" And that's how it happens. But it wasn't because of breadcrumbing. It was just you popped up, right? Whereas on the other side, like as a guy, if the woman has been talking to you from January all the way to June, and you've asked her out a couple of times, and she said, "No, I'm busy," or "I'm tired," or I got work in the morning, I can't go out tonight, blah, 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 blah. But she got to move on in May. Hey, I know you got a pickup. Can you come help me move? I'm there. I got you. Don't worry about it. Oh, after I help you move, can I take you out to dinner? Oh, me and I got so much stuff that I got all these boxes. I got to,
Man, so yeah, 100%. So there's this female, right? There's this female that I was trying to holler at. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Trying to holler, boom, boom, trying to hit her up. She works out at my gym. Well, I mean, always, and I wasn't a creeper. Like it was organic, right? So then, how come? Like one time, I hit her up, asked her, and this isn't recent, but I asked her out a few times, and she's like, "I'm not dating right now." Blah blah blah. Okay, whatever. So then I hit her up one random time, like because we're from the same city, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we had an instant rapport. So when I say city, the same home city, like she's from St. Louis. And I randomly hit her up, and she's like, I've been going through some tough times, and she has a job. I've been going through some tough times, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I could. She's like, I have this medical bill, and it's X amount of $100.
My rent is a little short.
and I was like texting her. I was like, "Oh, did you ask one of your girlfriends? Because I know this ain't your way of asking me." And then I didn't say that, but I was thinking that, and I was like, "Oh, did you ask one of your girlfriends?" And she's like, "I don't think I could ever." And I was thinking, these ain't your friends, then. But I was like, oh, okay. But I was thinking, what if I was to loan this girl $700 or X amount of dollars, X amount of dollars, and still, don't you think, to some degree, in somewhere in my bizarro world, any man is gonna think what after he loans?
I'm in there.
I'm in there like swimwear. Now, what happens if you're not? You're going to be mad.
Helped a friend. You helped a friend.
Yeah. No, it don't work like that.
You helped a friend.
See, that's the thing. It's not really, now if it was like a Jordan, that would be different, because Jordan and I have a friend, we have we have a friendship first. And then if I was trying to holler at her and that ask, then yes, I would have a friend. But me and the old girl, there was just casual text randomly here and there. There's no friends. She could skip out on that money for all I know. You know what I mean?
And she probably would.
like,
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, girls that's crazy. If she was trying to holler at me and I said that to her,
you'd be a manipulator.
I would be this
women will call you a manipulator.
This broke MFer asking or trying to ask me for money.
But see, you guys do it with sex. You guys do the same thing with sex. But then when a woman asks for money, it's like, whoa. What do you think I am?
What do you mean do the same thing for sex?
You guys have said so many times that if you guys take a woman out and you do all this stuff, there's that expectation. Maybe she felt like if she was talking to you as a friend, there's that expectation that you would help her.
I mean, we hope. You can have hope.
And she had hope too. She had a lot of hope.
Yeah. That hope wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. But no,
I remember one time when I was in college, I remember there was this girl that lived down the street from her apartment was probably like 8 apartment buildings down from ours. And we had class together and she was like, hey, we're having a party this weekend. You and your roommate should come. So me and my roommate go. I'm like, man, we're going to the party. It was a personal invite. I'm in there, right? Get to the party. She kind of being blase about it. But I noticed there was like this tub under, she had a foosball table and there was a tub under the foosball table. And I was like, hey, what's in the tub? And she goes, oh, it's this rabbit. It's super mean. It doesn't like anybody. It scratches and bites everybody. And I want to get rid of it, but I don't know how. So in my mind, I say, well, if I take this rabbit, I'm in there. Right? Quid pro quo. I'm in there. And so I said, I'll take it. She's like, you gonna take the rabbit? I said, yeah. She gave me a hug. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. After the party, I'm stumbling back up the block with the rabbit and this big tote. I texted her a couple of days later and it just kind of tapered off after that, right? Now I'm stuck with this rabbit. And the rabbit was actually cool. I think I had the rabbit for like another like 2 years. The rabbit was super cool. But that's an example of if I do this, I'm in there. And that's how you get sucked in, because as Sims find out, you don't get in there. You'll never get in there. You end up just keep giving and giving and giving.
So like one of the toughest lessons that I've truly, and I posted this the other day, like one of the toughest lessons I've had to learn as an adult male was that I typically want what doesn't want me. And you should want what wants you. That is one of the toughest lessons that I've had to learn as an adult male that has been so hard for me to grasp. And that's why, I stay single to this day, because, like forget the social media qualifications or whatever, but I am someone who makes 6 figures. I am someone who is tall. I am someone who comes from a good family. I am someone who works out, takes care of their body. I do a lot of those things, but yet there are still, and I think, as Kadriana said, I'm decently attractive.
She said, you all right.
So that it's crazy how most women say they want this and they want that, but when this and that is in front of them, they don't want this and that. So
you just external things, none of that is who
sure.
you are. All of those things are things that people can take away, duplicate. So yeah, you have all those, but what else? That's the thing.
No,
like,
for sure, 1,000% sure. But I think those intangibles are 1,000% there. But most women want different intangibles. Is that fair to say?
Well, I think one of the things that one of my old heads told me at a young age was women will want 100. Women want none of what they need and everything that they want, right? And to have that mentality as a guy, it touches on what you just said, right? You're like, I make good money, I'm tall, I'm in shape, I have all the exterior things, right?
Mhm.
But you may like a woman who likes a guy who don't have half of those things. He might be short, make 50 grand, don't really take care of his body, talk to her bad, he don't really answer her texts, don't really see her the way that he's supposed to. But that's what she wants. Women want the things that their heart wants, and it's not always what they need. And you can't put yourself in a frame of mind to say, I have the things that women need. Because they're not going to want the things they need. They want the things they want.
That's fair.
Right? You know, and you can't let that detract from who you feel you are, if that makes sense, right?
No, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody, when they're dating, needs to have the mindset that you're going to attract where you are in life. And some women and men repeat the patterns because they don't know any better, or because to step outside of that is uncomfortable. And so I do think that's why, like you said, you have everything, but then, you know, it's still not good enough for some women. Those women are probably not in a good place. So it's probably not a bad thing.
No, you're right.
I do feel like you'll attract, like I firmly believe that we attract people who will mirror where we are in our lives. So if you're attracting trash, chances are you're probably in a trash position, or your mindset's unhealthy. I just believe it, or you're putting out there something. But I also feel like everybody should keep in mind, we're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and you shouldn't want to, because you know what you bring to the table, and those are all things that, you know, put you in a category that a lot of guys aren't in, which is going to then make your pickings and your, you know, the type of women that you're going to attract, it's going to be slimmer. There's going to be fewer options, and it's just going to take time. But
right. So I said those exterior things because I know that we got a call.
We do.
I do.
We're gonna call.
Oh my God! Oh no, I don't know who that is.
What is that?
Oh wait, no, I don't know who that is. Let me see. Call.
Yep.
Yo, what's up, D?
Kyrie, you are on live. You are actually
what's up, y'all? Happy
first.
Wednesday. What's up, boss lady?
You are
what's up,
actually
man?
our first caller to the Cabrini Kid podcast show. We're gonna put something special together for you.
Oh, true. I need you to show up to the game, and that's special enough, bro. But we're gonna get back on this. We're gonna get back on this Greek talk now. I'm listening.
No, I'm there on Monday.
Yes, sir. But you guys are making great points and things like that. I love that you have the woman on so she could give her perspective as well, and things like that. So I love the back and forth and things like that you guys have going on.
We appreciate that, man. We definitely try to keep it balanced. We want all points of views in it. But Kyrie, let me ask you: have you ever simped?
Yeah, my brother, we all been suckers before, bro. You, me, her, everybody named mama been a sucker before.
Facts.
Excuse my language, but yeah, we've all been suckers before. Suckers for the good and bad. It's a good part. It's a good time to be a sucker, and it's a bad time to be a sucker.
No, for
Right,
sure.
right. So let me ask you this. When you were in your period of suckerdom, um, what snapped you out of it? What made you come to your senses?
Common sense and knowing that I wasn't being reciprocated the same thing. Like there was times where, I go above and beyond for it, and I just wanted like a day with her or just some time with her, and I would never get the same thing in return. But then you would blow my phone up for, this, that, and the third. And I was there. At times in college and things like that. So I was head over heels over a woman in college at one point in time. And then I had to realize and like use common sense. Like, bro, you're not getting nothing out of this.
Mm-hmm.
She won't even let you rub on her booty. So it's like, what you doing, man? Like for real.
Yeah, she won't even let you rub on her booty, cuz?
She said, I'm tired. What you finna do?
Hey, booty rubs are the best, man. I love me some booty rubs, man.
And there's women out there that do that are simps too. Like I don't understand why some women, the guy's treating you dirty, doing you wrong, and this, that, and the third, and you still going above and beyond. But the gentleman that's next to you, that's right there with you, XYZ, you treat him like trash. Why is that? I don't understand. I be flabbergasted by that at times, but that's the world we live in. Women do the same thing, men do the same thing, so it's a balance.
Damn, not the flabbergast.
Yeah, I think girls like bad boys, and maybe we'll talk about that next week. Why do nice guys finish last?
Oh no, we not finishing last, man. We finished first, but it's just again, you gotta what that other person wants and things like that. You can everyone has a bad side, everyone has a good side to them. Everybody and their mama has one. So you have to figure out what you want in that and things like that. Some women like that, and some women don't. Some women want a guy who's, he does what he's supposed to do. He's a gentleman to her. At the same time, he stand on business. And some women like them suckers. Some women like them dickheads. Excuse my language. And some women aren't. Some women like that. I don't know. You got to ask that person. And one thing I'm learning is I've got to know that just be open and honest. Because my thing now is, would you rather me lie to you or be honest?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Kyrie, let me ask you this. And this is something that we talked about not too long ago. But
I think they lost me.
You hear me? Hey, Kyrie.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Hey, can you hear me?
Listening.
Oh, okay. Okay, my bad. So if you're going out on a date with a female, right?
Uh-oh.
How many times are you opening up the door?
Are you opening the door at every entrance?
Me?
Yeah.
If that's my woman, if it depends on the woman thing. Like right now, I open the door for my woman everywhere. I go run to the car. That's my job. That's what we're supposed to do. That's common sense, bro. Sometimes you can't get to every door. Okay, cool. But I'm going to make sure she sees and acknowledges. If that's my woman, I'm going to go above and beyond for her. That's what I'll expect in return.
So if it's so you're a woman, for me, I don't know if a woman means your girlfriend or your wife. But let's say, for instance, we'll say regardless if it's your wife. If it's your wife, again, I think it's a woman. But are you getting out of the car to open up her door every single time, every single day?
Yo.
You said what?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It's going a little in and out, but I can hear you now.
I said, regardless if it's your wife or your girlfriend or your serious girlfriend.
But what you want to know?
Are you getting out and opening up her door every single time? Every single time. Like, are you getting out of the car and opening up her door every single time, every day?
Dave.
He's saying if y'all go somewhere,
okay,
are you opening up your car door, getting out, going over to her side of the car, and opening the door so she can get out?
If I'm out first, I would, but normally if we get out at the same time, she's gonna do that. I can't catch it every time. Again, I can't catch it every time. But
you're gonna try to catch it sometimes.
Yeah, that's my goal. That's the job. Our job is to catch that. That's what you're supposed to. But again, you can't catch it every single time.
I call cat.
Okay.
Like I said, like for me, I don't run out and do it. But if I'm out already and my girl's taking 40 days and 40 nights to get out the car, I'm gonna do it.
No, what I'm saying is she's waiting for you to open up the door.
Like if she's standing by waiting for you to come to her side and open it.
Hold on now you tweaking.
Thank you.
I get you sometimes, babe, but it's not gonna be all. There's times I've had like my daughter sometimes waits for me to come and open the door for her because that's what a gentleman does. That's what I'm trying to teach her and instill in her. That's what a man is supposed to do.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that.
But do you feel like you're setting her up for? I don't want to say failure, but do you feel like you're setting her up for a standard that a lot of men are not going to probably adhere to?
Not necessarily setting her up for failure. It's just like, this is what you can expect, baby. Not every guy is going to do this. But if you want the proper man that you want, teach him, show him that there's more to it. Because if you want them to do that for your grandparents and your grandma, they did that, why not do the same thing? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not opening up the door every single time.
Hey, Kyrie, you just got a daughter, right? You don't have a son, right?
Biologically, I don't have a son, but I have someone I've raised since he was about 6 months. So I'm the only father figure he knows. Okay. And so I teach him and show him that there's things in life that you have to do as a man. You have to take on the chin. So there's things you have to do. Sometimes you're going to have to shut up. Sometimes you have to suck up and man up because that's what you're supposed to do. You're a man. You're supposed to show emotions, but at the same time, show no emotions.
Okay. All right. Well, we finna power down. Thank you so much, Kyrie, for
Kyrie.
checking in. Like I said, you our first call in, man. We're gonna put something special together for you. We definitely gonna put that together for you. We tried to get everybody to call in.
You call in next week.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you again. Blessings to y'all. Don't work too hard. They don't pay y'all enough. And don't forget, women get free meals too. Just how women like free meals, us men like them free meals too. You don't gotta give me no push, babe. That's cool. I can get that from somebody else after this free meal you gave me. Thank you.
Thank you.
My guy. That's funny. Men like food too. All right, we had 2 hours. 2 hours. This was a great episode. I love this episode. We got JoJo on here before she had to hop off and feed the cat. The actual one.
Oh my God.
What y'all want to say before we get out of here? Kadriana, what you got for us?
Again, another good episode. Thank you guys. It's always a pleasure. And shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys. This keeps it interesting. When you guys join us, it keeps the conversation flowing. It keeps it fun. So we appreciate you all for chiming in. And thank you, Kyrie, for calling in, and tune in next week.
Absolutely. And Kyrie literally tunes in most of the weeks. He told me before, he was like, "Dave, y'all got to get me on the show. I'm going to that." So we might have him on the show here pretty soon. KP, what you got? What you got for us?
What up? No, this is a good episode. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you again, Kyrie, for calling in. Appreciate you. Jordan, thank you so much for hopping on. Excuse my lateness. Man, man, I'm looking forward to more weeks. I'm looking forward to more guests. I'm looking forward to more conversations. And yeah, are we telling the fans it's a different time now or what? Just so we're all on the same accord.
So I mean, it's still gonna be 9 Eastern, which means it is what time on
6 here.
6?
Yeah, 6 here.
Okay, so still 9 Eastern, 6 PST.
Mm-hmm.
All right, tune in.
And I just want to say thank you so much to my lovely and wonderful co-hosts. They make each and every week, each and every episode more and more enjoyable. So I thank you both for taking the time out of y'all schedule to hang out with me. I want to thank everybody that popped in the chat. I think
Hey, where was Geneva at? I low-key missed Geneva today.
She was super tired. I didn't even hear it playing in the background, so I think she just went to bed.
Geneva, how you gonna go to sleep, Geneva?
I heard her watching like the first like 10 or 15 minutes, and then after that it was the fan. So I think she just she was asleep.
Daylight savings got her.
That it did. It really did. I think it snuck up on both of us because we forgot. So but I think this was Kyrie. I think this was Kyrie's second time in the chat. This was Jock first time in the chat. My guy Jock from University of Iowa. We go way, almost 20 years back. He lived out here in Tampa. So shout out to Jock for checking in.
Shout out to Nick too. Nick made it funny.
Nick for the first time. Will got in the chat. Felix, a staple in the chat, came in. We appreciate everybody who popped in. And hung out with us for a little bit. We got Berna Blue that popped in with us. She's been doing some traveling, so we appreciate that. But everybody who was in the chat, everybody who can watch the episode, like, subscribe, share, check out Key Australia on Instagram. Check out Savinci, the brand, on Instagram. And www.savinci.store to shop. You get 15% off. Use the code ART25. But man, it's another great episode. I can't wait for next week. We're gonna keep bringing it to you. We're gonna keep doing it. But until then, everybody be safe and peace.
Bye, man.
What in Zifa?